Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Floodlights Camera Action from Joaquin Says to Joaquin Phoenix. We look to bridge the gap between film and football and tell exactly what films you should be watching and what ones to avoid. I'm Jack, but a podcast is only because it's co-host every week. I'm joined by my good friend Veronica to work for the do's and don'ts of film watching. Veronica, how are you?
I'm good. And actually, the intro you did reminded me of this show that I used to watch on Boomerang called Wacky Races. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah, I wasn't like a wacky races ultra, but I do remember with the little dog, and he was
Yeah,
like
the one
a
that
bit
would
mad.
laugh like, you know what I would used to do?
Do the
And this.
impression. Do the impression.
Is that what he used to do?
Don't do the impression.
Is that what he used to giggle? He used to giggle
It
like
was it
really
was like a
stupidly.
it was like a menacing, maniacal,
Was that not
cheeky giggle.
menacing?
That was more like you sound like you sound like a pick me girl trying to impress a lad.
What the hell? Alright, anyway, no, yeah, I used to love Wacky Races, I'm not gonna lie. I was actually an ultra. My favourite was, yeah, the guy with the dog. Yeah, the evil guy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Do you remember the dog's name?
I just googled it, so yeah, I do know it now.
Ah,
It was Muttley.
Muttley. Goat. There's also
Um,
something called Rock Slag.
yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
And it says Muttley, Penelope Pitstop, Rock Slag, obviously Dick Dastardly, of course, and
The
then
goat.
Luke. Really ran out of effort with the word Luke.
But no, I was gonna say something really quickly about the dog actually, because no, not like that. I used to copy his laugh, and then I'd laugh like that, like around the house, and then it would just piss everyone off. That was the most annoying thing ever. You're so obsessed with the dog.
That's and you can't even do it very well, so
No, exactly. But obviously, when I was a kid, I copied it off TV, so it was better. There's a
sorry, I was
best
just trying to
Muttley laughs compilation on YouTube, by the
I was
way.
trying to
So
download an MP3 part file of the laugh. At some point in this episode, I'll randomly drop in the Muttley laugh, and we'll
no,
that'll be the final nail in this podcast coffin.
I
We have
just
got.
listened back to it. Oh yeah, I did it so wrong.
Do you want to
Jesus
try it again?
Christ. No, you try again. You try
I haven't
once.
heard it. I haven't heard it. Wait, let me hear it.
All right. That's literally what it is.
So I just got you doing a really bad impression, and then I've got an MP3 file that just sounds fake.
Oh.
Just kind of waiting for the download to begin. Anyway, we've got quite a focused episode for once, rather than
Yeah, clearly. From
talking.
the intro, clearly.
Yeah, well, yeah, we scripted we scripted Muttley Laugh .png. No, we've got some films we've actually both watched recently that came out recently to review, as well as a few miscellaneous ones. We'll do a little Portsmouth and potentially Liverpool catch up, and then tease the future. Do you want to start with Weapons, Eddington, or War of the Worlds? You can choose.
Let's just get it over with. Let's do War of the
Eddington.
Worlds.
Where do you want to start with that? Because I honestly, I
I
truly,
watched it
truly don't know where to
first. Can I
start.
just say, I watched this before anyone else.
Yeah,
And it's true. I was the first ever person to watch War of the Worlds 2025
the first
with my
ever.
friends. I mean, my review literally just says dog shit and it has 7 likes, so
Um, should I attempt a rough plot synopsis?
yeah.
So imagine War of the Worlds, the tale of War of the Worlds, in which these huge, futuristic, somewhat robotic aliens, they invade Earth, and they're very tall. They've got these big tripod things where they walk around, they abduct people. Steven Spielberg made a film about it about 20 years ago. It's all right. It's an okay film. Imagine that, but during the COVID-19 pandemic, a very genius filmmaker decided that actually an interesting perspective on it, because no one can actually be together, is to film it and create this adaptation via Microsoft Teams and WhatsApp. And whenever actors have to be somewhat close together, do the worst stitching via Photoshop of all time. And also cast as the lead Ice Cube, who is He puts in one of the worst performances, like way worse than Peter Andre and Faken, and that's your film. I think that's I can't say much more in terms of plot synopsis than that. That's pretty much the whole film.
It's just like I remember the first 20 minutes, just so much happens. It's literally like watching TikToks. Like it's such a TikTokified first 20 minutes where a million things happen and it's just trying to keep your attention, and then it just gets crazier and like more chaotic as it goes along. And when you think it's not possible, it just keeps going. And it's like so very weird how they used real war footage and then put
Yeah,
their stuff on top of it. It's a bit like that's a little bit weird.
it
Also
also has
all the ad placement in that for
yeah,
Amazon and shit, like, and
it
Tesla.
has one of
Oh
the
god.
most unashamed product placement bits in the final third where I don't care about spoiling this film. It's fucking awful.
No, yeah, who cares?
Where so this is produced by Amazon, financed by Amazon, I believe. And Amazon, I don't know if they're trying to do this or they tried to do it and it failed, but they tried to get off the ground this, ironically, like a drone delivery service. And essentially, the way they save the day is via an Amazon drone dropping a thumb drive USB stick into a highly secured government facility whilst being chased by aliens. I think
Yeah. Basically the Amazon delivery driver is like the savior.
he's also played by Roderick from the Diary of
Yeah,
the
which
Kid
is like
films.
the one good thing is the fact that, oh yeah, oh it's that guy. That's like the one fun part of the film is well, to
Do
be
you know
fair,
those
it is
two?
quite fun because it's that bad that it is quite fun to watch. And Ice
Yeah,
Cube's reactions are just really
it's
funny.
so bad. We would do a better
And
job than him, genuinely.
yeah. But I think the best part is when they do a dolly zoom on in his webcam, like what what's going on there? It just happens once and it's just like the weirdest thing ever.
Did your laptop camera not do dolly zooms? Was
No.
that
And
wow?
also,
You're
like
missing out.
in general, the plot, like him as a father, he's such a bad father. Like he just sits there the whole time, stands up a bit, and then just like sits back down. Like he thinks that he can solve everything through his computer. Which
Nerd, big nerd.
yeah, I'm absolute massive nerd. Why don't you go outside and talk to your fucking kid? You dumbass.
Yeah,
Such a
but there was also
fucking
just
cuck
like
for technology and the
it's
government.
it's the most it's one of the most irredeemable films I've ever seen. Like there is genuinely like, outside of the like you're laughing at the film the entire time because it's so bad. There is nothing good about the film. There's nothing good about it, which is so impressive because like even like Jafaken, which is a really bad film, it somewhat had heart and there was somewhat like an earnest quality to it. This is just like it's so bad.
Can you click on the letterbox profile of the director? Because his
Yes.
picture on letterbox is like exactly how you'd imagine him.
Well, I'm not even logged into Letterboxd on my laptop.
Okay.
This
Well,
is. Give me a
he's also
second.
directed Fergie Double Duchess Seeing Double in 2017, which is a visual experience of Fergie's album, I think.
War of the Worlds, director Rich Lee. What?
Yeah, I know. He has like a
The guy with
massive
the
beard
stash.
and a
Do
pipe
you know?
in his
Do
mouth.
you know
What
what
is
that
going
looks
on?
like?
It's like a hipster.
It looks. It looks like a cutaway joke from Hundreds of Beavers.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah, that's
god. Yeah, no, it's just
why
rubbish.
I'm not even. It's currently got an average letterbox rating of 1,
Which is very impressive for Letterboxd.
but I think there's also like 4% of the reviews are 5 stars, so they're obviously jokes. 62% are half a star.
When I watched
Twenty-two
it, it
percent
was on
are one
0
star.
point something, I'm pretty sure. Like a 0.8 or something.
Jesus Christ!
Well, let's move on
It
to
genuinely
weapons,
like it.
maybe? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Okay,
Do you have
we'll
any
build
final
gradually.
thoughts?
Um, I wanted to. I mean, no, I could. I mean, no. It's just really, truly, irredeemably awful, and there is quite literally nothing good about it. Um, and I would suggest everyone watches it. because it's so funny. It's so awful. Weapons. I was weirdly, not weird. Well, I guess sort of weirdly because you're obviously more into horror films than me, and you'd seen Barbarian.
which I
I
still
enjoyed.
love.
Yeah, I've not seen it yet. I will watch it soon though. I didn't love it, but I did really like it, and I liked it way more than you did. So do you want to maybe you start negative, and then we'll equalize it with some
Yeah.
positivity?
Okay, well, I do have to give a disclaimer that I I watched it on the day of the Community Shield final. And after the Community Shield final, actually during the Community Shield final, I was drinking before the match even started, right? And then we lost, and I was well, okay. We hadn't lost at that point, but it wasn't looking good. So I was still drinking, and then we left before full time because we were like, you know what, fuck this. I don't even want to watch this. We went to drink in the park. Then
Because you're 12 years old.
yes, then um yeah, and then like a few hours passed, and then when we were like, oh, let's go to the cinema, let's watch a film, and then Weapons was on. So by the time I got to the point of watching Weapons, I had quite a bit to drink, and I
So
was
what you're
also a bit
saying,
tired.
what you're saying is that this was not necessarily the fairest test of the
Yeah,
film's credibility.
exactly.
I think
So
you should
what
rewatch it.
happened was that I kind of missed like 20 minutes in the middle where I took a nap. So that also
So
affects it.
when this comes out on digital, you have to rewatch it.
Probably. But like,
Come on.
but also, if a film is that good, even in that state, it shouldn't be a 2.5. Like,
I
the
mean,
reason that
you're
I
not
took a nap of 20 minutes in the middle was because
because
I
you're
think the first
fucked.
bit of it is really boring. And I stand by that. I do think it's boring.
Yeah,
I think the
I think
first
the
part of it is
booze might not
boring.
have helped.
I think it gets better as it goes along. It actually kind of sobered me up, to be honest, towards the end. And I enjoyed the ending actually. Like the last bit. You know what? I don't understand why people
I
didn't
should
like the
say
ending, but like
spoilers.
the
Spoilers,
rest.
yes or no? Spoilers, yes or no?
Um, I don't know. I can't even remember.
We'll say spoilers. We'll say spoilers just to, just in case we accidentally
Sure.
say something.
Um. So yeah, no, I remember like the ending was just a bit out there and like more risky and like more weird, and like that's when I was like, oh shit, okay, I really like that.
Yeah, but like, what
Um,
did people want the film to end with?
I
Like
don't know.
that. It was either going to be like really miserable and like, oh, this is just sad, or like as they did, which is like kind of campy,
Yeah, just go
kind of like
absurd. Fuck it.
yeah, go upset, and it worked for me. Like the ending
It
really
did. It
worked.
absolutely did. But I just want to say why I gave it 2.5, which is quite low.
Is this where we differ? Is it the narrative style?
It's a bit of both. First of all, I didn't like the title cards and the following one character after the other. I
Whereas
didn't. I just
yeah,
didn't. It
I
didn't
did.
work for me. It just didn't.
Mm.
Because actually, I don't think most of the characters were interesting enough to have a whole section.
Who didn't you like?
Mm, the
So I thought they were
police
all.
guy and the main woman,
I
Julia
don't
Garner, and
agree.
the police guy. I liked
I really
the
like
guy who had the hat and the long hair.
the awful drug dealer guy, or
Well,
the
no,
guy
like
who
I
the drug
liked his
addict.
like narrative. Like I was
Okay,
interested.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm sure there's characters I've forgotten. Also, the main bad woman. She was interesting.
That jump scare, the first proper jump scare with Judy Garner's character in bed, that really got me.
Yeah. Um. No, no. But the point I'm trying to make is the reason why I it's so low is mostly because I expected something completely different, and that's on me. That is my fault.
What did you expect? Because I didn't,
Because
I went into it really not knowing what to expect.
me neither. But because I watched Barbarian, I kind of knew that there's very much that kind of campy, absurd side
Mm.
of his work that like that's the part I enjoyed the most, and I there just wasn't enough of it in this for me, and that's where I was like, oh, like this is actually a horror film. It's a bit more serious and whatever. Which I get that the promo did look serious, and that's again on me. But I just
The
thought it was
massive
going to be
assault
like a
rifle,
like
really.
a oh switcheroo, I don't know. I don't
Bait and
know. I
switch.
don't know. I just thought it would be more like Barbarian, and it wasn't. And I really like Barbarian. Okay.
Can I talk about my screening? Because I've seen some other people have the same experience.
I had like three
So
people on my screening, so I have no idea.
so I there was about 8 people in my screening, and they were weirdly all sat around me and my mum. Like me and my mum got in there and it was empty, and then everyone started like coming in. Well, everyone, 8 people started coming in, but they all just had seats near me and my mum. It was weird. But anyway, the woman next to me, she had her feet out and she had her feet on the back of the chair in front. Like, there's no one on it, which is aware. But then, so I thought, oh, that's weird. But it wasn't really bothering me too much because it's like, "Ugh, what am I going to do? Kick off and tell her to put her shoes on? Like, she's a grown woman. Like, no. And I go on Letterboxd and I go on Twitter, and like several people also had experience during weapons with women just with their shoes off. So I don't know what it is about Zach Crager's direction that causes women to get their dogs out, but that was
They got their feet out for that police officer guy.
yeah,
He looks
Alden
pretty good.
Ehrenreich.
His mustache looks quite good, to be fair.
Every time he got stabbed with a needle, cringed up so much. Ugh, it's horrible. Can I talk about why I like the film, just to balance this out a little bit?
Yes.
So I will say, like, I went into it expecting it to be good, and obviously the reviews are really good, but like also knowing that subjectively it's not really my kind of film, so I didn't have like super massive expectations. I actually really like the chapter narrative because that's just I like non-linear narratives that make me feel clever because I can piece it together in my head. Because I'm a simple man. The soundtrack and the score is really good. The cinematography and the editing was really sharp. It kind of reminded me of Twin Peaks, The Shining, Magnolia, Inland Empire, Prisoners in different ways, obviously. I just had a really good time, a really fun time with it. I thought it was scary at points, not as scary as I thought it would be, but there were some well-timed jump scares. The humor for me really worked. I really liked the performances, specifically Josh Brolin and Alden Ehrenreich. Although I think Julia Garner was good as well, but she was just kind of screaming a lot, which is whatever. Also really like the guy who played the crackhead, who is called Austin Abrams.
He's
Who's in
another one from
who's
Euphoria.
in who's in Wolves and Gangster Squad. Interesting.
And Euphoria, which, by the
And
way, has
Euphoria.
genuine, like, as much as people say,
I've watched it, so I can, I'm
yeah,
with
I
you.
mean, as much as people could talk about that show and its creator and writer or whatever, director, you have to admit the casting team there did a really good job because most of
Yeah.
those young actors are now, like, in a lot of really good stuff, so.
Or should have been bigger, but the guy who played God, let me just get the cast up really quick, just because I don't want to. Angus Cloud, like
Yeah.
really good in it. Should have gone on to bigger and better things. But unfortunately, passed away. Yeah, Zendaya,
And
Sydney
Jacob
Sweeney, Hunter
Elordi.
Schafer,
I mean,
Common Domingo as well.
even
Like
Sydney
small
Sweeney,
role, but yeah,
unfortunately. Hunter Schafer. You
Lucas
have a
Gage.
lot.
Lucas Gage is in it.
Yeah, he is. He
Oh
is.
God, I realised over last year that I like Lucas Gage far more than I thought I did. Chloe
His
Cherry,
face
obviously
is quite punchable. It is.
of OnlyFans fame. Yeah, but that's why it works a
Yeah,
lot.
he does. He's good. He's
But
good at what he does.
he's different punchable to Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell's not punchable.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No,
Yes he
look at
is.
his little smile.
Yeah, and you'd like to wipe that smile off his face.
No. No. Okay.
Um
Are
anyway,
you done or are you carrying on?
I've not got much more to say. I the more I think about the ending, the more I like it. Like at first I was like, whatever. But the more I thought about it, the more I liked it. Um I don't think it's as deep as it thinks it is. Purely from like a subtext point of view. Like the fucking massive gun in the sky was like the most on the nose bit of social commentary I've ever seen, and it didn't. It looked kind of fucking stupid. But no, I had a good time with it. I will rewatch it because I gave it 3.5 stars. I will rewatch it at some point because I had good fun with it. But no, any final thoughts? We're moving on to the big one.
No, I'm done.
You're done forever with weapons. The big one, Eddington, directed by Ari Aster,
Woo!
starring Joaquin Phoenix, Pedro Pascal, Luke Grimes, Deidre O'Connell, Michael Ward, Emma Stone, Austin Butler, and Cameron Mann. Going into this, I was skeptical because, as we know, I quite liked Birds Afraid. Didn't like Midsummer at all. Um,
And you haven't
and
watched
the,
Hereditary.
yeah, so I was kind of on the fence, right? And the concept is really good for Eddington, but it's one of the concepts that could so easily not work well because it is kind of risky and it's kind of fresh and recent, and it required a certain care, but also ballsiness. We'll go right out of the bat. We both loved this film. I think we watched it on the same day. Am I right to say?
Yeah. And actually, just looking at it on Letterboxd and hearing you say the cast again, I want to rewatch it so bad.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
was
do
gonna
I.
go yesterday because I was gonna have a day off, and then I randomly didn't. I had a ticket booked. I was gonna go rewatch it already. It's
I might
just
go Monday.
amazing.
Might
It
go on
might even be a
Monday.
5-star rewatch, I will say.
I agree. I agree. I genuinely I don't know where to start. I'm going to start with the script because I think that's where I've been really critical of Ari Aster. I've never really been that critical of Ari Aster, the director. It's always been Ari Aster, the writer. The script here is like unbelievable. It's probably my second favorite of the year, I'd say. It's definitely up there. It's just so funny, so sharp. It critiques every side of the political and social debate and culture war.
But
It
it
doesn't
does
just
it can I just
go on.
say really quickly
Yeah,
while
yeah,
you're saying it, we have to say it definitely critiques one side a lot more than the other. And I don't know why people are trying to say that it's, like, oh, he's doing this both sides thing, or like, oh, he's a, oh, this film is like more conservative. It's absolutely not. He's definitely critiquing conservatives a lot more
yeah,
and putting
definitely.
them in a lot worse light than anyone else. But there is a little jab at anyone and everyone.
Yeah, and also like
And that
it's
doesn't
not
mean
just
they
jabbing for the
this is
sake of
real
it.
or real whatever.
It's very
It's a
fair
film.
critique of performative activism. Yeah, it's a film of performative activism, conspiracy nuts, conservatives, just desperate people who want an answer and an explanation, as insane as that explanation that they're conjuring up anyway. And this film starts slow, but definitely to the film's benefit. Like you bedding this very, I will say, I'll try not to spoil this too much because it is brand new. Um, it starts off slow and it's really uncomfortable because of how fresh everything is with COVID-19 and um, Black Lives Matter and that kind of cultural zeitgeist, I guess you'd say. And then as soon as, and this is all relatively in the trailers, as soon as Joaquin Phoenix declares he's running for mayor, kind of towards the end of the first act, that's when it really clicks into gear for me. From
That's a
there, like it,
spoiler.
no, but it's in the trailer.
Is it?
Yeah,
Someone doesn't watch trailers.
that's on there. Most people do. That's when the film really ratchets up from me, and I just loved it. So it was so fun. I just had a massive smile on my face as well as a grimace because of like Jesus Christ, this is really unflinching. And the more I think about it, the more I love it, and the more on rewatch it could absolutely go to a 5 star. And we can get into more civics as we go. But what are your general thoughts, apart from that you really liked it?
In my general thoughts are that we are so back, and like this, I've been waiting for a film like this for quite a long time because there's just certain directors who have the potential to make something so insane. But like I said this in my review, like it's just insane. It's mental, but in a good way. It's in a good way. It's in that way that makes you want to watch films again and read about what other people say and tell your friends to watch it and then ask them what they thought about it. It's just one of those. And you already said the screenplay is so good. Like it's so funny and it could have gone so badly because of when it's set. We've got to admit, like, this is a massive risk making a film like this, and it's only 5 years after 2020, which is when it's set.
And we're still in the moment of like a lot of activism. Most activism is absolutely correct and all that, but there is still this performative activism. Sure, like 2020 might have been 5 years ago, but we're still in that era for me of the 2020s generally, it's really hard to be critical and also make good art that is set during the time you are in. Like, for example, if I made a film about, I don't know, a hangout comedy in 2025, that's different because it's the time period isn't really important. But when it is that integral to the film absolutely lives and dies on the script, um, and it passes with flying colours.
But I will say what you said about films, like if you made a hangout comedy in 2025, whatever. Okay. I'm gonna mention this just a little bit, just a tiny little bit. I know you told me not to review this film, but I just want to
Review
say,
or
like,
spoil?
for example, I watched Highest to Lowest yesterday,
Okay,
and
yeah.
that's set in the modern world, right? I don't know
Hmm.
exactly what year it is, but it's definitely, like, it's set
Now,
nowadays, right? It
yeah.
could be set today. Um, and like, there's some bits that already I can see have aged since they filmed it.
Mm.
So it's like it's so hard to involve modern times in your script, um, especially in the way that Ari Aster's done, where the whole film hinges on it pretty much working. That like it's so impressive. It's just so impressive that I really don't think this will age badly. Also, the characters, the caricatures in the film are 100% still relevant today. Like these people do absolutely exist. Like these people like Joaquin
And do,
Phoenix or whatever.
do you know
I
what
mean, maybe not to the
what
point, but
the film really achieved for me anyway is that some of these people are like bad people. Like, a lot of them are bad people, and yet I still felt so much sympathy and empathy for the people who got caught up in the conspiracies and trying to find hope and trying to find an answer in, okay, maybe, look, the things they have taken up, they aren't the right things, they are bad things, but you can see the desperation in people. And God, maybe the
but
most
there's so
political
many
I've gone on
arcs
this.
in this film, like so many like side plots and stuff that are just like I don't know, they just go so far and they go there's like so ironic in the way that people behave and so hypocritical that it's like it's just so funny. It does just become really funny.
And I just think that's an absolute credit to Ari Aster, who I was so on the fence on, but he's delivered such a brilliant script, and for me, it should at least contend for the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. Um, I
It
mean,
won't,
I
no,
know,
absolutely not.
Yeah,
They will
unfortunately,
not even
like,
touch that with a 10-foot pole. No
yeah,
way.
Sinners will somehow win Best Original Screenplay, despite the fact I don't think the screenplay is that good. Um, and yeah, I do want to talk about Joaquin Phoenix very quickly. He's
I
a weird
mean,
actor because
he's
I'm
just
never
fucking
sure.
great.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's one of them people who, like, everything I've seen him in, he's been like one of the best parts of it, and yet he still feels like he's never fully been accepted as one of the modern
I mean,
greats.
he won an Oscar for Joker. He has won an
No, but
Oscar.
like, but Brendan Fraser won an Oscar for The Whale.
God, yeah, no, let's not even bring that up. Um, I think if you watch films, you know he's one of the best. Like, he
Yeah,
just is.
real
I don't even
range
think
as well.
that's. Even
I
in
will say
films that I didn't like Napoleon, he's still the best part of the film.
his super strength for me as an actor is playing like the most pathetic, desperate man of all time, and he does it
Then,
so well. But
but he doesn't do it all the time. Like, I don't know if you watched You Were Never Really Here.
no, I haven't even heard of that.
2017, Lynn Ramsey directed it, and that
She's got
film
a
is
film coming out soon,
so
Lynn Ramsey.
good. She does. But that film for 2017 is really, really good. It's like one of those first films I watched that got me into film again.
On my watch list.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix is great in that
What's it
as
called
well.
again?
You Were Never Really Here.
Oh, yeah, cool.
It's really
Oh,
good.
hour and a half as well, so
Hmm.
easy peasy. Ed Sheeran hates it.
Well, we don't care about him, do we?
No, evil Ed
No, we
Sheeran.
don't.
We'll have to bring that quiz back at some point because that was good fun. Um, yeah, I'm not sure I have any more thoughts, to be honest. I just
It's just
one more
great.
thing
I
actually.
want everyone to watch it. Like it's
Yeah,
just a great film.
one more thing. The sound design and soundtrack is so good.
Yes, the sound design,
Like,
especially
for
towards
me,
the
there's
end.
yeah, when he's like getting really breathy and it
Mm.
cuts through with the bullets, and then there is like the most insane, I'm not going to say what it is, the most insane needle drop of all time.
Oh my
there's
god, yeah.
there's
Can
two
we?
actually.
Okay, we
There's
need to
two.
mention. Look out for the two main needle drops. You would never, ever, ever expect these two songs in any film. To be honest, I think one of the artists is quite lucky to have gotten whatever rights um they had to
I
pay
like
him.
to
Fair
the second
enough,
one.
but
I had like such like a trauma response to the second Needle Drop because I was like, I didn't mind that album, but like it was so of 2020 and 2021
God,
or
I
whatever
can
it is.
hear it. I can literally hear it just as you're saying. Like the exact bit, the exact bit they used in the film as well.
Yeah, I wish I could. Yeah, but it took me back. You know, in Ratatouille, when the film critic eats the ratatouille at the end, and he gets like wheeled back to childhood. I had like that experience. I had to pause the
But
film.
the opposite,
Yeah.
like
God,
no
it's
bliss
just
or pleasure at all.
yeah, it's just pure like God. I'm 16 again. But no, it's just a really really fucking brilliant film. Like one of I've currently got it second for 2025, and at
I'm
most
not
it will
gonna
dip
lie.
down.
Like if I rewatch it, it might be my top film of the year.
The only thing that differs for number one is that like I had such an emotional gut punch for number one. But no, most it'll be like, or at least Ray will be like maybe fourth best of the year.
It's coming to
So
sweep the FCAs, is what we're saying.
it's going to get a lot of nominations. What got the most nominations last year? Can you remember? It must have been Anora, right?
Yeah, and we were right.
Yeah,
So,
and Snack Shack.
oh, let's move on.
Let's move on. What do you want to do next? Extra watches or football chat?
No, we'll do extra watches because I don't have too many. I've actually been having a rough time lately, other than
Me
Eddington. I'm not
too.
gonna lie.
I've had some.
Uh,
Yeah, I've had some stinkers. Um, God, I'm just looking at my diary on Letterboxd, and
yeah, I'm just gonna go through
it's
them all
so
because there's
average.
only like four.
Yeah, one
So I
word
watched
reviews.
Airplane because you told me to. I rate it 2.5 because it's okay, but I just
Comedy
think
subjective.
Naked Gun is a lot better. And then I watched The Naked Gun, the old one, 1988, the first one, The Naked
It's a
Gun
fine. It's good.
from the Files of the Police Squad. I gave it 3.5. I liked it more than
OJ, I've got it at
Airplane.
3.5 as well. OJ's so good in
Yeah.
it.
And then now I like understand the bits from The Naked Gun 2025, so I need to rewatch that at some point.
This is almost like this is why you watch films first, right? This is almost like why you watch not just sequels.
Yeah, but then
You
when I
kind of
watched this one, I was like, "Oh, I recognize that from The Naked Gun
this is
2025."
how I felt during the weapons chaptered narrative when it was was realizing where we were. Oh my god, it's OJ. No, there was no
Yeah, I
OJ
was
in
just going
weapons. There should have
the
been.
other way, really. So that made the Naked Gun old version better for me because I was like, "Oh yeah, that's why Liam Neeson said that." Oh, okay, that's funny. Um, yeah. Anyway, then I watched your favorite film of the year, Ballad of Wallace Island, because you told me to. Again, I need to stop taking your recommendations because I gave it three
Or you
stars.
only need to take some. I reckon there's like a 1 in 3 hit rate for my recommendations
Okay.
for you. We've got
Well, I
very
gave it
different
3 stars
opinions.
because all 3 stars are for Carrie Mulligan, who I absolutely love. I think she's a great actress and she's very charismatic on
She's so
screen.
charming.
She's just so charming. And I just didn't. I mean, I think this is that kind of film where it's like you have to be emotionally invested or like really connect
Yeah.
with
Oh,
the
yeah,
story
100%.
and the character to be like, oh my god, this is literally me. And I just didn't think that really. So, and also, it's not my kind of humor. The comedy of it just didn't click for me.
There'll be quite a few one-sided FCA nominations for Ballad of Wallace
Oh
Island
god. Oh
because it will
god.
get a
This
few,
is
but
Snack
not from
Shack
both
in
of us.
2025.
This is infinitely better. Snack Shack also.
Well, then I'm not watching Snack Shack ever. What the hell?
Well, no, I gave Snack Shack a 4 and Ballad of Wallace Island a 5, so like it's much of a muchness.
Yeah,
Ballad of
but
Wallace
I
Island is like one
didn't
of my
like
favorites of
this
all
film, so
time.
why would I like Snack Shack? If you're
They
telling
are
me
very
it's
different.
worse.
They're very
Okay.
different. They're very
Right,
different
fair enough.
films.
Then I watched Piece by Piece, which is like the Lego Pharrell Williams autobiography.
Yeah. I'm yet to see that.
I gave it 2.5, but to be honest, I'm gonna lower it to a
Jesus.
2 because
Any
it just
positives?
wasn't that good. Like the Lego stuff is like cool.
But just make Lego. Don't watch a Lego film.
No, just go watch the Lego movie. Like, why would you watch this? I mean, what? Who is this for? Why was it? I mean, we know why it was made. It was made because he wanted a film about himself, and he was like, "Oh, it would be cool if it was a Lego." Haha. And then he just I don't know, paid loads of money for it, and they got a premiere at London Film Festival and blah blah, which is crazy. But and then it's
I do
like
like
he,
Pharrell, but
and then it's like I do like I mean I don't know if I like Pharrell because I don't know him, but
I
from
like his
watching the
songs he
film,
produces. That's all
from
I.
watching the film, it's just like okay, yeah, this guy's really talented, but he
Slightly more than
definitely
that.
loves himself like and he's trying to get people to be really sympathetic to him and he thinks that he's like gonna save the world and all this stuff like from what he says at the end which is just like a real like soppy speech about how oh the world oh and I think he thinks that he's gonna save
And
everyone but
for
he's not.
best screenplay of the FCA's 2026 is Piece by Piece. Actually, it
No,
wouldn't be eligible, I don't think. It came
no,
out
it wouldn't be eligible,
before.
so it doesn't
Good.
matter.
Justice.
Anyway, and then yesterday I went to watch a preview of Highest to Lowest, which is a new Spike Lee
Mm.
film with Denzel
New
Washington,
Spike Lee joint, I'll have you know.
ASAP Rocky, Ice Spice, Princess Nokia, and Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright. Yeah, don't forget Jeffrey Wright.
Um, and I gave it 3.5, but I think we're gonna talk about it more when you've seen it because there's so much to talk about. I wouldn't even know where
Yes.
to start, and you're a lot better at
Two
structuring
episodes.
answers than me.
2 episodes
About three and a
time. We'll,
half.
we'll, we'll
That's what
get
I
into
went
that
with.
properly. Cool. Is that it? Okay. Have I talked about Uptown Girls in this? No, I must not have done. Okay. Yeah, I've not got loads. I'll just go very quickly. On the 16th of August, I watched Uptown Girls, 2003 rom-com. I can't remember if I've mentioned this in the last episode or not. Do it by Bojack Kim, starring Brittany Murphy and Dakota Fanning. It's fine. I was quite tired and pissed off when I watched it. So I'd probably go up on a rewatch. But also the cinematography is very cool. I do like that there's this quirk of like 2000s rom-coms where sometimes the filmmakers are just like really locked in, like more so than these days, which is quite amusing. That got 2.5. Then I saw Weapons, obviously. Then on the 18th of August, I finally watched Saturday Night, which before the trailers came out was one of my highest anticipated of the year. It let me down. I gave it 2.5 stars. It was entertaining enough, but there's just nothing to it. Like there, maybe 2.5 is harsh. Maybe I might bump it to a 3 potentially. Corey Michael Smith's really good. Gabriella Bell and Cooper Hoffman are really good. Apart from that, it's like there's nothing to it. There's no meat to the film. It is just like so surface level. Um, but the acting was good. The cast was good. But if the cast was different, like it would have been borderline unwatchable. Yeah, did let me down. Did let me down. But I was feeling particularly harsh at the time, so maybe that might get bumped up by half a star. I then watched. Basically, I've watched a lot of rom coms recently because I want to feel something, and I feel like a good rom com is something that can spur a spree of good films, like a good run. So I watched Sleepless in Seattle, which is like not like lauded as one of the best, but one of the more popular ones. It's got Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, who I love, Bill Pullman, Rosie O'Donnell, and I gave it 3 stars. Like it's fine. It's just it doesn't really get that good until the end. The end is really good, but yeah. I then watched a couple of better rom coms. Both gave 3.5 stars. The next two, I watched 13 Going on 30, which is Jennifer Garner and Mark Ruffalo. I thought it was Julia Roberts for about half an hour because they look the exact same, which is very stupid of me because the ages wouldn't align at all. This was good. It was funny. It was charming. It's just fine. I then watched Legally Blonde, which I also gave 3.5 to, but would probably go to 4 if I rewatched it because I did prefer it to 13 Going on 30. Reese Witherspoon and Luke Wilson. This is like good. Like it's a pretty really good film. Elle Woods is a great character. I like that she doesn't really have to change much. She just kind of changes her priorities, and that is a good sign of character progression done in an interesting way rather than just the characters changing massively because that doesn't always work. Elle Woods doesn't change much, which is to its benefit, and I'd probably rewatch it at some point. I then watched my last and most recent watch on the 25th is a banger. It is what I watched. This is Spinal Tap, which has been on my radar for a while, but I've not wanted to really watch it much because I'll be honest, for a while I thought it was a documentary about a real band called Spinal Tap, and then I wasn't really sure what it was, and then I finally watched it because I know there's a new one coming out, This is fucking great. Like, this is such a good film. It's so funny. The script is brilliant because it's basically all improv. It's directed by Rob Reiner, who is quickly becoming a favorite of mine because he just makes like real crowd pleasing films. He obviously did his other films were Stand by Me, When Harry Met Sally, The Princess Bride, which I've not seen yet, A Few Good Men, which I haven't seen yet. Um, it's just like so brilliant. Like Christopher Guest and Harry Shearer are fantastic. It's got some of the funniest lines and scenes committed to film. I will say the comedy is incredibly dry and deadpan. So if you're not really into that, then maybe it won't work really well for you. But it is one of the films where like it sneakily does like a joke every 30 seconds. And yeah, just brilliant. It's such a great film, and I'll probably rewatch it at some point. And maybe it'll stay at 4.5, maybe it go up to 5. But yeah, a new favourite of mine, somewhat. So that's got us covered. Do you want to do a little bit of football chat? A little sneaky little bit of football chat.
Yeah.
Are we doing Liverpool or no?
You start with Portsmouth.
And then we'll see where we go. Portsmouth, I should say, this is a chance to promote my new podcast, Fratton in 30, available on Apple and Spotify, in which I talk about Pompey for 30 minutes once a week, and that's it with myself. So, it's like a monologue, essentially. Portsmouth, we're in a good spot, I think. We're not far away from being good, in my opinion. That said, we have lost Callum Lang for 8 to 12 weeks because he's had hamstring surgery. We need some additions in forward areas. Apart from that, we're pretty good. We're pretty solid. Adrian Segacic is incredible, an incredible footballer. Murphy is starting to get on good form, as is Colby Bishop. Slightly concerned by the midfield, just trying to not in terms of personnel we've got, but who we use and where we use them. We're currently doing a 4-2-3-1 with Andre Giselle and John Swift as our double pivot. They both want to be eights. There's no proper six in there. But promisingly, we did bring Luke LaRue on around the 60th minute against West Brom, and he looked really assured. He's a proper number six. So I'm hoping we either pivot to a 4-3-3, now Lang's injured, or we just go LaRue alongside a Giselle or a John Swift. Results this season, obviously we beat Oxford away 1-0, first game of the season. Happy days. We then lost back-to-back home games in the league and cup to Reading and Norwich, both 2-1, and then we drew 1-1 with West Brom away. So we've actually got a better away record than a home record. We're averaging 2 points per game on the road. And on Saturday we are home to Preston North End ahead of the international break. And after the international break, it is the South Coast Derby away at St Mary's against Southampton. So a lot to play for. We're kind of mid-table at the moment, which is fine. We just need to score more goals, basically, and then we'll really catch on. But we've got the personnel to score more goals. It's just structurally we're not quite there. Mentally, we've got a few challenges, but yeah, not far off. Are we doing Liverpool chat now? Because I've watched a little bit of Liverpool
Yes.
recently. Not much.
I
You can lead,
mean,
obviously.
do you want to talk about the last game, which happened on Monday? That's
Of
a
course.
bit mental.
Can I give you my thoughts on Liverpool, just so I don't get biased by what you say, and then you can tell me when I'm wrong?
Yes. I mean, we were talking through the game anyway.
Yeah, of course. I'm not sure where I sit on this Liverpool team. They're obviously individually brilliant, the players, like individually really, really good. Obviously got a really good manager. Not really sure where he ranks in the Premier League for me, but he's really good, obviously. However, I don't think this system is the one. I I think obviously it's going to take a while to bed in. Of course it is, but for me it limits Mo Salah too much. Defensively, it's really suspect. Certain individuals just don't suit the system. Like Curtis Jones is a really good footballer, but I don't think he suits the system personally. And ultimately, I think this adaptation period will probably be the reason you don't win the league. And I see a world in which Mo Salah leaves in the summer if things don't improve massively, because like sure he got a goal in that last minute against Bournemouth, an assist in the last minute against Newcastle, but I don't see the performance levels and also the way it suits. I don't think you're a great team compared to last season, where it was for me essentially finishing off Klopp's Liverpool plus a few finishing touches. I don't think this team is as good. That said, like Hugo Ekitike is fantastic. Alexis McAllister is really good. Van Dijk's really good. Konate's not really good. Kirkes, I think, is being used wrong because defensively he's not amazing, but going forward he's pretty good. But he's not being allowed to go forward. Florian Wirtz, you pay £100 million for an attacker, and like you want a bit more than underlying numbers and stuff. But like Villa, it's not Villa. Bournemouth and Newcastle are tough games to be your first. So yeah, weird team, good team, but weird team. And now you can actually tell me what the reality is because I'm not a Liverpool fan.
Well, I'm definitely not going to say what the reality is because I'm biased, but
The reality, no one in this podcast is able to actually describe the reality of this Liverpool.
yeah. Well, I'm also not like a football analyst, so I don't have all the
Depends who you ask.
right?
Some would say I'm not a very good one either. Depends who you ask.
At least you know something about something.
Yeah,
I just think
someone's
from
got to do it.
my very basic foundational knowledge of the beautiful game, I
Better
don't
at
actually.
predicting the Premier League than me as well. So
Yeah. Well, to be honest, like the system thing, I think if it was McAllister instead of Jones and Konate was a better centre back,
if that's Gahey, like
it would look
different
better.
story.
But and also I get what you're saying about Salah, but I do think that because we have Ekitike who's so good and he can provide the goals that maybe Salah won't provide this season, it's like we don't really need Salah to be scoring 30 goals a season. Do you know what I mean?
No,
Because
that's
we
not
have
really what I'm
someone
saying
else
though. It's
who's
just, but
yeah, I
I don't
know,
think
but
it's the best use of what Salah's good at. Like Salah's a really good finisher,
I
and like
I
sure he got a lot of assists, but I don't think he's a good creator personally, which sounds so counterintuitive to last season.
I just don't really think the attack is an issue.
Oh
Like I
no,
just
no,
don't
don't,
see
no,
that as
no,
an
that's not
issue.
what that's not what I'm saying at all. I like at all.
Uh
The attack is
okay.
like so good. Like Ekitike like is such a good finisher, and for me this is like further evidence like you do not need to spend 130 million on Alexander Isak.
No, I
You
agree.
just don't.
You need a centre
Like it.
back.
Do you know who looked good actually when he came on against Newcastle? Obviously Rio and Ungamoa looked good, but Harvey Elliott. I don't know why. Like obviously you can't guarantee him starts every week, and if he wants to start every week, then that's a completely different story. Then you loan him out, you sell him, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really good footballer off the
Slot
bench.
just doesn't like him. Like that's literally all it is.
I wouldn't trust him to start games because I think he can get lost in games a little bit too
I
much.
also think with Slot, I in both games, I know it's not a big sample size, but in both games, other than the attacking subs, which are obviously really effective, the ways that he changes like the midfield and the defense around are like I don't like it. I
Neither do I.
really
I think his
just
game
don't.
management's. I think his game management's pretty poor, to be honest.
Yeah. Um. I mean, I think Gravenberg is obviously really good, and it's good to have him back. I want to
You can
see this
immediately tell the
team.
difference when he comes
Yeah, like I
and
want to
obviously like
see the midfield actually be the best midfield we have. Also, Vert is clearly gonna take time. It kind of reminds me of Coutinho. Like he didn't light up the league, but then also he didn't cost a
But
hundred
do you know what
million.
it is
So
with Verts is that like this sounds really obvious. They just need to give him the ball more.
yeah, I was
It
just about
feels
to
like
say
they
that.
like, it kind of reminds me of Adrian Segovic, to be honest, where he pops up in areas where a lot of footballers like if you fizz the ball into them in these uncomfortable spaces, they'd probably miscontrol it and it bounce all over the place. But like with Verts and Segovic, give them the ball as much as you can because they've got a really good first touch. Like physically, Verts might not be there yet, but like technically he absolutely is, and physically you can get
Hmm.
used to it. It just feels like there's maybe a lack of trust,
Yeah, I agree.
perhaps,
I agree.
which is
Actually,
normal. Which is normal.
but what was annoying to me? Okay, Kanate was so bad, especially first
His,
half. He was
his
awful,
agility is like so bad.
awful. You know what? It's like I already saw people saying it, but I was texting you through the game and I said this like while watching. It just really reminded me of like a Trent performance from last season, where like he gets the ball, he stands around like he owns the place. Just like Van Dijk's like screaming at him to pass the ball, or like Gravenberg or Wirtz are like in a lot of space, and he just stands there like he thinks he's too good to be playing for this team, or like he's already thinking about how he's like wearing a Madrid shirt or something.
Yeah,
It's just really
but at
strange
least
that
Trent
he
was
has
like,
this opinion of himself on the pitch, like he's so arrogant, but the second someone presses him, he just looks like a
mm.
bumbling giraffe. Like,
And
I
like
don't
at
know,
least with Trent,
where's this coming from?
like for me, Trent like Canate's like good, but like he's not like great. But like Trent, obviously, like has been really good for years. Like he's a great footballer. So you
But did you
kind of
watch him last season?
yeah, and
I'm saying
but
last season, he looked
even still
awful.
like, but I'm not sure. I say I personally I wouldn't say
I
awful.
remember
I
the
say
United game.
I mean yeah, God yeah,
Mm.
Jesus Christ. But these things happen. But yeah, Canate's like when you're being countered in quick transitions as much as Liverpool are, you need your backline to be like
On it.
accountable on it, and you don't want to give up when you've got the ball. You don't want to give up cheap turnovers.
Especially when your line is that high. And you're just
J-
like, I don't know
Yeah,
what he's doing half the time. And then Van Dijk has to go save him.
uh, yeah, and Gamoa is should not be allowed to play Premier League football because he's a child.
Yeah, I agree. I
Which
think he
actually,
should
that's
be.
actually
I think he
the,
should be
the,
18 to play.
I think it's 17, but I agree with you.
I don't know. It should be 17 or 18. I think.
I just think
But
there's
what
a
is going on
safeguarding
right now
issue.
with like a 16-year-old coming on for
50
Liverpool
Max
and a
Dowman is
15-year-old
15.
coming on for Arsenal? Like that is. I don't think that's normal, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I was watching a
Because
Foot
where is
Manager
the
stream
line?
called
Like, is there a
yeah,
rule?
exactly. So I was listening to a Foot Manager stream called Dr. Benji, and he was talking about it, and one of his viewers put in chat, and it was along the lines of, yeah, but Downman's really good, so like, why wouldn't you play him? It's like, and he made the point, and it was like, yeah, but where do you draw a line? Like, if a 12-year-old's really good,
Hmm.
would you play them? If a 9-year-old's really good, would you play them? It's like, no, obviously you wouldn't.
Yeah, it's just
And like, why
silly.
why do you need to play a 15-year-old? Why do you need like they are to credit Arsenal somewhat. They have put in really good safeguarding procedures. He's got constant security. They're doing constant education checks, and he is safeguarded constantly. Like even I believe at Old Trafford, apparently he was in travelling party, and apparently he had like a bodyguard with him when he was warming up on the pitch,
But even
just in
that is
case.
just not normal.
But yeah, exactly. But my point is like, why do you need to use a child because he's not going to be on. He's not going to be on, like obviously money's like sort of irrelevant, but he can't be given a full time contract, and yet he's expected to have like this real burden of responsibility. And like, sure, it was kind of like somewhat surface level cool watching him play really well. Down play really well against Leeds, and it was quite funny when Declan Rice had like a one-on-one chance. He tried to slip him in to score, but I just I find this whole like I work with academy footballers for a living, um, and I'm privy to not loads of their whatever. But I work with them, so I kind of see their personalities and stuff. I just don't know why they're. Why are we playing a child? Like, this kind of this almost like this. Okay, this definitely not the right word to use, but it's like fetishization of academy footballers on social media. And cool. Sure, there's like it's fine to somewhat cover like, oh, there's this 16-year-old who's doing really well in the 21s, or yada yada yada. But when I'm seeing accounts and they're like, this 12-year-old for Barcelona who's got brilliant movement and his hips are really fluid. It's like, shut the fuck up. What like leave it's a child. Like you can't talk about children like that.
Yeah, or like people who make fake accounts, like pretending to be an academy player or
I
something on
saw
Twitter.
Rio and Gamoa the other day.
Yeah, it's
There's like a
so
Rio and
weird.
Gamoa fan account. So
People are
fucking hell.
so weird. I mean,
Yeah.
people are weird with everything, but it's like with footballs, like there are some people who are just very strange.
It's mental illness. That
Yeah.
said, good finish from Rio and Gamoa. Actually, I've not seen loads of him. What
I
is
know
he
he's
like?
good at
What is he like?
Chelsea.
What is he like
Like,
as a player? Because
I don't
you rate
know.
him really
I
highly.
don't watch academy football.
I
I
thought you
don't
rated him
know.
super highly, or is it just 'cause he's got a cool name and
No,
he's
no.
done well in pre-season?
No, I rate him highly because I know that we signed him from Chelsea, and Chelsea didn't really want to have him leave,
Yeah,
so that's
and
why I knew he was good.
Chelsea got the best academy in the
Yeah,
country.
and also when I went to watch a preseason game, like either before last season or the one before that, I think it was the last season, like against Sevilla or something. And I remember Nione played and scored, and I can't remember if Ingamoa came on or not. But I just remember seeing his name on Team Sheet or something. So I knew he was highly
Another
rated at
win for Mikel
Liverpool.
Arteta's children.
Yeah.
It probably
But
rounds us out.
also there's this like joke of I don't know if this is real or not, but there was this joke of like, oh, there are videos of Rio and Gamoa against Trent in training, and
And
Trent just
let's
getting
cut them, yeah.
terrorized, and then
And they
like
didn't release them or
everyone's like, oh,
something, yeah.
release the tapes, like just release the footage. Um, but I don't know if that's real or not, and that's also where I've heard his name. So yeah, good for him, but like he shouldn't be a backup to our like Gakpo for the whole season. Like, what is going on? Why is there a
Child.
16-year-old as your second top like left winger in a Premier League team? Like, what is going on?
Yeah. I just think it's like a safeguarding issue for me. It's like, is Dan Burn gonna care? Like Dan Burn's a really physical defender. He's gonna care that it's a child that's running at him. No, he's gonna kick the fucking shit out of him, isn't he? It's
Yeah,
like you can't just kick children. Anyway, I think that probably rounds us out. It's quite a nice, fun little episode. That we have got two little announcements of sorts,
but
sort
yeah,
of.
we're announcing that
Yeah,
Jay
but this is an
Kelly
exclusive.
is being shown at London Film Festival. It's exclusive news that no one knows. We're announcing it now, right now.
Yeah.
And you were really excited for that film.
Oh, it's one of my most anticipated. Yeah. Noah Baumbach, George Clooney, Adam Sandler, Greg Erwig, Laura Dern, who very fond of.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I won't get to be at the premiere because actually there's a small chance to be at the
Well,
premiere,
you might be.
depending on how
You'll
my new
definitely
job
watch
works
it.
out with booking holiday. Oh yeah, yeah, and I'll watch it a million times, rubbing everyone's
Mm.
faces. So
Second announcement, last bit of the show
round us up,
is of
send us home.
course that I'm going to Venice on Friday in 2 days for the film festival, and the next episode, which will probably be next weekend, will be the Venice special.
Wow,
Big news.
this is basically what the Venice special is every year. Is Veronica will talk about all the amazing and awful films she's seen, and it'll be me at the back like a soundboard going, yeah. Oh, interesting. Oh, what was that like? Oh, does that mean yada yada yada? So look forward to that because that is always the highlight of our
It's the
festival
highlight of
coverage.
my year, for sure.
It's definitely the highlight of your year. I'll be honest, I can't say if it's a highlight of my year. You going to Venice Film Festival. I didn't get much out of that. I get some vicarious fun at most. But yeah, look forward to that. But that officially takes us up to the end of our episode. Hope you enjoyed. All links will be in the description as well as my new podcast, Fratton in 30. Veronica, it's been a pleasure as always. Can you let people know how and where they can get in touch with us?
I don't really know because we haven't done that. You haven't done that in a while, telling me to say those things. Rate us 5 stars on Spotify and
Yes,
look at the description, and there's loads of stuff in there.
loads of fun stuff. But we will be back
Next
soon to
weekend.
cover next week, probably, hopefully, unless there's a disaster. But until then, keep watching and keep consuming.